Hi everyone, I'm Hales and welcome to my channel. Today is Friday Sews episode, which is a weekly catch up of sewing and bits and pieces and plans and all sorts of things just like thrown in. Today I was going to show you the new fabrics that I got, and I will still show them briefly. This is Irish linen from Rainbow Fabrics in Kilburn, and I thought I'd ordered 2 meters to make a shirt. It arrived and I'd obviously hadn't amended my basket, so I only have 1 meter. So yeah, so it's got like, so it's this check which has sort of like a mint green sort of stripe running through it as well. I haven't washed it, they've literally just arrived in the post today. So I thought that would make quite a nice summery shirt. So as I only have 1 meter, it will probably just have to be a sleeveless or a very small like cap sleeve. I'm not entirely sure, it's just arrived today and I was like, oh, I only ordered 1 meter. So that's the first one. The second one, I've ordered 3 meters of this and it was £6.99 a meter, and it was viscose from Rainbow Fabrics again. And this is this sort of I don't know, you call it jungle print. So this like leaf flower backdrop. I've made a few things and I'm tying them in with my trainers. I have white Adidas trainers with the green stripe, and someone said green goes with lots of things, and so I thought I would try and put elements of green in my wardrobe so that they would tie in, because sometimes I make things and I've got no footwear to go with them. So I thought, I was debating between this and another one and the other fabric, and my daughter was like, sounds like typical. So yeah, to make some kind of summer dress. Now last week, Sew Over It were offering, I think it was 40% off their ebook of patterns, and they've got 3 of them, and I've got the Summer Dreaming capsule wardrobe which I bought last summer, and I've made a few things from that. And so I purchased the Work to Weekend book, and so I got it for £15, and they're all PDF patterns, so they all need to be downloaded. That's easy enough, but they do need to be printed out either at home or at a copy shop. But I thought there was quite a few in there. There's a t-shirt pattern and there's a shirt pattern. So I was after a shirt pattern for the linen that I showed you, I think it was last week. And they do have a shirt pattern, the Kate shirt, I think, off the top of my head. And it does have a hidden button placket. And I did make a McCalls shirt a few years ago with a hidden button placket, and their instructions for the placket were awful. And I looked at the instructions for like 3 days and couldn't understand it. And someone even messaged me on a video I did about it and said, oh, how do you do that? And I was like, I have no idea, I just had to guess it in the end. So I'm hoping that this one will have better instructions than the McCalls one I did a couple of years ago. But I did think maybe that was a good option. But as part of that bundle, they also have the Dana dress, which is a V-neck and then it ties at the waist. And I did wonder whether this would be for that. So that's that one. And then I've got some other things just to quickly show you. I cut this out the other week and I just hadn't made it up. So what I'm talking about is the Fiore skirts by Closet Core Patterns, and they have 3 variations, but the one I was after was View B, which has, it's like a asymmetric wrap front with adjustable waist, because it's just buttons. It's just 2 buttons that hold it in place. And so, as you know, if you've been watching my channel, my weight fluctuates, and I thought this would work out as quite a good pattern, because if I lose weight I can just move the buttons, and then it would just mean a fuller wrap over, if you get what I mean. But there are options of just with buttons down the front, or just a straight on with a zip. Now this one has a pocket, which is quite handy. So this is this one here. So it wraps over, and then that bit up there, it has the pocket. And the only issue I had was that the spacing is cut on the bias, and I didn't really take much notice. And so when I attached the facing to the front of the skirt, which one was it? This one. It rippled, and you can probably see that in the light, it's rippled. And as I wore it, it was like that. So what I had to do, this is a olive needle cord. I have a lot of junk in the conservatory at the minute. It's mainly washing, which is waiting to be ironed and aired through. So basically you can just see this side. That's all I'm going to let you see, because it's horrendous. So I'll move the chair out of the way. So I've just got trousers on. So yeah, so buttons like that, and then wraps over. I may need to tighten this actually, so it goes down. I mean, Clearly I shouldn't just be wearing this over the top of trousers, but never mind. Oh, hasn't quite done up. So it was really, as I look on the side, it was like rippling out. So what I had to do was the waistband, which was actually my best waistband and neatest waistband I've ever done because I used my stitch and the ditch foot. I unpicked and then pulled this bit up because it was literally coming up here. To get that bit to lay flat, I had to sort of like straighten it out. Then the waistband was right up here. So I unpicked the waistband, straightened it out, cut it off, and then reposition the waistband so it would sit flat. I mean, it's not perfect, but it's certainly not rippling out and it's not a state as what it was before. And so you have a nice big pocket here. And I did shorten it by 1 inch on the pattern pieces. I will give you a proper show, obviously not over trousers and how it's supposed to be worn another time. Oh, and if you're wondering why is that envelope so full, it's because I've put my traced pieces in there as well. So what I really should do is just transfer to an A4 envelope. And that actually, if I saw Rowan on the Yorkshire Sew Girl, she did a sewing room tour video because she's just redone her sewing room, and she had coloured envelopes which had a board, like a cardboard in them, and then she just popped all her PDF patterns in there and had like a big picture out on the front, and it looked really nice. So I will link her video down below in the description box actually if you want to check that out. But I'm thinking that I need to do something similar because, you know, the tracing paper, although I bought a roll of it off Amazon a while ago and I used all that up and it was quite a thick grade, so I graded down for a thinner paper, but even then, by the time you've like folded it up, it's really bulky. So yeah, I need to do something about it since it's the right state. But I will give you a proper picture or something, March makes perhaps, end of the month. Oh, and I am working on something. This is a PDF pattern, so I don't have the print out because I never print half the images out. This is the Schnittchen pattern, and it is their Ada hoodie, but it's also an option for a sweatshirt. And I had this fabric and I thought, right, I'll just use it because I bought it and I thought, not really sure if that's me. But so then I bought, and I only had 1 metre of this, and so I bought 1 metre of black French terry to go with it, because black French terry, you look back, was out of stock everywhere in the UK, like over winter time. It's really hard to get hold of. So I managed to get hold of 1 metre from Beyond the Pink Door, which is where I got this painted flowers one from. And so this pattern, I'll show you. So this is the sleeve out flat. So it has this sort of like section, and you can have 1 stripe or 2 stripes. So I just chose for the 1 stripe. It's like stretched out or something. So when I was cutting it and pinning it, and then I went to put the sleeve together to sew the underarm sleeve, the seam, it was like that. Oh, it's probably hard to see on black, but it was basically like that instead of being like that, and it was all wonky. So basically I had to unpick all my overlocking stitches, because I think I had pinned the sections too far up. This isn't going to make any sense. I've just realised that as the words are blurting out of my mouth. You're thinking, what on earth are you on about? But basically, I sewed something on the overlocker, had to unpick everything on the overlocker, reposition at probably the correct place, and it's covered full of clips on both sides. So I'm hoping that now I can just sew those sections and then finish it off. And it calls for ribbing, and I actually have ribbing. I had about 1/2 metre that I randomly bought about 2 years ago in my drawers, and so I think that the ribbing just gives it such a neater neckline. And I've never sewn with ribbing before, but I know Alex from Gingerhead & Co, she always uses ribbing on neckbands and things, and I always thought, not sure. But with the black, you haven't got to worry about colour matching because the black just blends in. And the cuffs I've cut out of ribbing, and there's a band at the bottom which that has ribbing as well, but obviously I'm sort of mid-construction at the moment. So that is what I'm currently working on. But right, let me just check. Yes, that's everything. Oh yeah, and I did make my second Frugal Frocks last weekend. Do I tell you what it is? Okay, maybe, I mean, if you follow me on Instagram, you would have seen a sneak peek on my stories, which has now disappeared. So maybe you don't know. Put a comment down in the box below if you can guess which dress that I have made. Oh, okay, I've made 2 Frugal Frocks dresses. Bonus points if you can guess which patterns I made or out of which fabrics. So you get 1 star if you guess the fabric, and you get 2 stars if you guess the fabric and the pattern. Go, go, go. Anyway, just for fun. So that was Frugal Frocks. That will be being shown next week. Is that the end of March? I think it is. When's payday? Yes, next week. Next week I will put that on Instagram, if I remember. I need to. It's Easter holiday, so I won't be at work, so I've got all day just to be at home and post. I'll have it scheduled ready to post. That will be on there. I will probably do a summary on a video, but I'm a bit disorganised, as you can tell. But the main bit I wanted to show you today was Jen from Today in Jen's Sewing Room sent me something, and it was so nice of her. Hang on. So Jen from Today in Jen's Sewing Room, of course everyone knows, founder of Friday Sews. She sent me something. She's like, I wanted to send you something, and I was like, okay. And she sent me this, and it arrived today. So it's a little bit of like Sherpa fleece with a little piece of fishy ribbon, and inside, so that's there to protect it, it says from Venice Beach, and she sent me some shells from the beach. So I think I need to display them because I think they will look nice against the charcoal wool. And she sent me patterns. So, and I didn't realise how badly I miss looking through patterns, because I've had so many PDF patterns lately that I don't print the images out, and then it's just on a piece of A4. You don't have that nice sort of envelope to like leaf through. So it's not the same just looking at a screen and having the image on there and going, oh yeah, I'll just make that, and then it's just like a random manila envelope with a load of pieces of paper stuffed in. And I was like, oh, actually I miss having nice patterns. So these are Big 4 patterns. This one is the Palmer Pletch pattern, which is their tissue fitting method. And the Palmer Pletch, that's all to do with like the book I've Got Pants to Real People. So you fit with tissue and that kind of thing. I have done a video on a Vogue pattern which I use the Palmer Pletch method on, so I will put that down below in the description box. This is McCalls 7575, and I actually think that, keep it steady, that one might go really well with the linen that I've just bought, because it's a nice collar, short sleeve, and it has a nice curve to it as well. Let's get the old line drawings up. I'm not sure, some of these I may need to grade up because, you know, lockdown, but only slightly. I need to just check because they don't put, sometimes some of these patterns they don't put the finished measurements on the back, but it's on the actual pattern piece, so I may need to double check on some of these. This one, I'm not sure if I'm not really a flouncy frilly person, but view, I don't know, do I be daring and go for view B or view C of McCalls 7811? That is not something I would normally go for, but maybe I should. Or go for the safe option, which is this. It's all falling off my lap now. This, oh, there we go, there's another one. So if you look at the line drawing, they are princess seam shirts. So I think, I mean, let's be honest, I'm more likely to go for view A, the safe option, but it is princess seamed. I mean, I like the collar, the mandarin. They only arrived today, so I haven't fully had a look at them. And she sent me some trouser patterns because of my dramas with the trousers. This is Vogue, basic design. And there's some really nice shorts on here. This is Vogue 2532. I like all of these. I know you're probably thinking, really? I mean, obviously you've got like the long shorts, and I don't have the legs for the short, like those ones. Oh, there goes another pattern sliding off my leg. But if you look at the, I think if they were made in a stretch, are we in focus? I think so. So I think if they were made in a stretch cotton, that would just give me a bit more ease, because these are quite tailored trousers. I mean, let's face it, I still haven't made perfect trousers, but I had more success with the Burda trousers than I have with the indie pattern trousers. So maybe big 4 is the way to go. And I'll show you the ones which have fallen off my lap. I am still here, I'm just out of shot. Okay. This one is Simplicity 4366. Okay, there we go. I'm gonna move those patterns out of the way. Step by step to sewing success with Threads magazine collection. It's just a classic tailored trouser. So as I've got a massive roll of tracing paper, I've got nothing to lose. I just need to get some probably cheapy fabric to do some muslins on, but I'm looking forward to that. This one is an old one. It's McCalls 2315. I mean, look at that. And this one is a size 12, and I'll tell you what the waist measurement is. For the body measurements, you need a waist of 26.5 inches. Now, I think I've only been to 26.5 inches when I was a child. There's no way as an adult I've ever had a 26.5 inch waist. But the interesting thing about this pattern is that they have 3 options here for flat derriere, average derriere and full derriere. So maybe if I look at these pattern pieces and then I can see how they differ between the 3 shapes, I can work out what kind of bum I have. Is it full? Is it flat? Is it low? Is it just... I don't think it comes out. I don't think I have a big rounded bum. It's just wide, you know? So I don't know. Don't know. But I thought that would be quite interesting just to have a look at the general pattern shape of the pieces. Obviously that's too small for me to make, but I think the general shape between the 3 designs will be really useful to know. This one is, I think it's a jeans. Oh, sorry, itchy nose. McCalls 5592, wide leg, so you know, Gen Z, you'll be happy with that, because no, not a skinny jean in sight there. Quite a wide leg. So again, it's jeans pattern, but you know, cut them, they could be shorts, they could be great. So that is one to look at, and I think that one has, because it's jeans, it has the yoke at the back, and when I made the Chloe jeans as trousers with the yoke, it sat quite nice at the top of my, yeah, top of my bum, bottom of my back. Yeah, that's where your bum is, isn't it? Sorry. Or this one, if I'm feeling super confident, is Simplicity 4-hour jeans. Not 4 weeks jeans, 4-hour jeans. It's Simplicity 8377. And there's a range of ones in there, which can then, it's shown on the back, you can have as jeans, you can have as shorts. So again, she's given me lots of options. I think Jen was so fed up with me, of watching me like fail at... Cat is down here and he's just clawing at the chair which I recovered. Tub chair recover tutorial, you want to have a check out on my channel. Yeah, so I'm hoping it's not going to start meowing again and cause trouble. And that's it for the trousers, and there's 3 more. McCalls 7391. I think out of the options A, B, C, D, I think perhaps what A down at the bottom is more me. I'm not really like, I don't know, the lace up thing. Although without the laces, that's quite a nice top. So without the eyelets and the lace, just the top itself, that would be quite nice. It just, the styling on the envelope looks a bit strange. But actually if you get rid of the lace, that would be quite nice without that actually. Or just the basic view A, which just looks like quite a simple top. Another shirt here which is McCalls 6124, and this one is another princess themed line blouse, varying lengths, sleeve lengths and all sorts. So that is, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 views. Obviously it goes from a shorter shirt to tunic to shirt dress. So again, good options, especially as I was looking for a shirt pattern. So that's good. And then this one, which is McCalls 8024. I'm not sure the difference between A and C as I'm holding it up back to front. I think I'm looking at the line drawing here. Oh, A has got weird lace things at the back. So that's a bit odd, but C is just like your normal shirt, which would look really nice in the bright pink viscose, raspberry viscose twill that I have with a sort of big black check. That would look quite nice as a casual shirt. Yeah, this is a bit bizarre, isn't it? Are those sort of like weird gathered bits there? That's the thing though, with these patterns, if you look at the line drawings, sometimes the styling can put you off, like the way the fabric they've put in it, they've like made it up and can look a bit odd. Or if you go like with that top with the sort of laces, take the laces away and don't put the eyelets in, it's a really nice top. So the shaping is, you know, is good. And the thing I do like about Big Four is that because they are tissue patterns, you can get a general shape. When I trace, I just must have really thick paper, but it's really stiff, so you can't mold that to your body at all. So that's the advantage of having the tissue fit over like tracing off a pattern. I don't know whether I will trace some of these. I think the trousers I will, but the shirts I will probably just cut and then pin and do a tissue fit. I have made quite a few Big Four patterns before, so I'm not really put off by it, but I'm really looking forward to having a go and looking at the difference in some of those trouser patterns. Thank you so much, Jen, if you're watching this. I am really excited about trying out those patterns and I really appreciate it. The kids are coming downstairs. I really need to start cooking tea instead of filming, but I wanted to get this done ready for upload for Friday because I'm back at work again tomorrow. Thank you for watching and I will see you again soon.